the books in like the franchise that already existed before you got involved.
So,
do you need help?
Are you okay?
John's gonna come help you now.
there we go. Hello. There we go. Mama!
You hired me. I can't be up here.
So my agents called. They said, "Do you want to do a vampire movie?" I said, "No." Because I was thinking like Bats and Caves. There's anything wrong with that. There just happened to be at that time like a string of vampire movies at the time, like B vampire movies. So I was like, no. And they said, well, this director's directed Catherine Hardwicke, and I was like, oh, I like her. And so I said, maybe can I meet on it? And they said, the audition's tomorrow. I said, is there a script? They said, no. I said, but it's based on a book? And they said, yeah. So I ran to the bookstore, I bought the book, and then I was just going to read, like, Carlisle's role, because I was like, I got to audition tomorrow, so I was like, flipping them through to Carlisle. And then I started reading it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And so I went back and read it from page 1. I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning reading it. I had bloodshot, like red eyes when I went to the audition. They were like, you're perfect. But the truth is, I tell this story sometimes because it's a fun one. I was on a list. I was like, when you're an actor, if you do a good job, they're always like, you're on a list. It's a magical list, and you never know how many people are on it, right?
It's a short one.
So they're like, it's a short list. So you're like, well, 2 people, 5 people, nobody ever knows. And so I would call and say, so how's it going? And they finally told me like a week and a half later, 2 weeks later, they said, so you didn't get it. And I said, what? And so I was like, oh man, I thought I was good for that. And so I was at an audition the next day after that, and I was there was a book. It said 100 years of vampire making in Hollywood on the coffee table, and so I started flipping through it, and it was like Bela Lugosi and like Interview with a Vampire, and I thought, man, the universe is really rubbing it in. I didn't get this movie, but I had such a good time reading with Catherine that I thought, you know what, I'm gonna steal this book. No, I bought it. I wrote down the name of it, and I bought it, and I sent it to her, and I inscribed it. I said, Catherine, sorry it didn't work out on this one. I hope this book inspires you to make a great vampire movie. Maybe you'll be, make one of the 100 best vampire movies one day, be in this book. And so she got the book the day that the actor that they hired, because they thought I might look too young next to the cast, so they hired somebody 10 years older than me. And then his deal didn't work out, or I don't know if his schedule didn't work out. But the day they said that actor's not going to work out, who do you want to go to? She got my book. So she's still about Peter Facinelli, and they said they like me. And so I always joke I bought my role for $29.99. That's the moral of that story. You got to buy your way into Hollywood. And so